Are you tired of scrolling through social media, seeing guys effortlessly flaunting that incredible head-turning V-shaped physique, the kind that screams confidence and commands attention? Do you ever wonder what their secret is while you're perhaps slogging away in the gym, unsure if your efforts are even moving the needle? Let's be honest, that iconic V-taper with broad shoulders tapering down to a tight waist isn't just an aesthetic goal for many men. It's a universally recognized symbol of peak physical attractiveness, admired by everyone. The harsh reality is, without a clear targeted strategy, countless hours and boundless energy can be poured into workouts that simply don't deliver this specific, highly sought-after look. You could be spinning your wheels, stuck in a cycle of aimless training, and never quite grasping that coveted silhouette. But what if I told you that the blueprint to sculpting this impressive physique is not only within your reach, but can be achieved by mastering just 5 fundamental exercises? That's right. Today, you're about to discover the exact no-nonsense path to building that jaw-dropping V-shape. This isn't about quick fixes or overnight miracles. True transformation takes dedication. However, armed with the correct strategies from this moment forward, you'll stop training in the dark and finally start building with purpose. If you don't seize this knowledge now, you risk another year of frustration, watching others achieve what you desire. The time to start forging that V-taper is now. To meticulously construct the perfect V-shaped physique, our efforts need to be laser-focused on 3 primary anatomical zones. These aren't arbitrary choices. They are the cornerstone of creating that dramatic visual taper. First, we must cultivate impressive width and roundness in the shoulders, particularly emphasizing the lateral side deltoids, which are the key players in creating that broad, hanger-like upper body appearance. Secondly, we need to develop a wide and thick back, as this provides the expansive canvas upon which the V-shape is drawn. Finally, and crucially, we must work on strengthening the abdominals while simultaneously reducing the waistline. This final element is what truly accentuates the V, creating a stark, appealing contrast between the broad upper body and the trim midsection. Let's begin our journey by sculpting those powerful shoulders. Exercise 1. Dumbbell lateral raises, carving out shoulder span. When your goal is that commanding, wide-shouldered look, a non-negotiable component of the V-shaped physique, the dumbbell lateral raise stands out as an exceptionally effective sculptor. This movement brilliantly isolates the lateral deltoids, those middle portions of your shoulder muscles that are chiefly responsible for how wide your shoulders appear when viewed from the front. Unlike many other shoulder exercises that might predominantly target the front, anterior, or rear posterior deltoids, the lateral raise hones in with precision on the very region that crafts that desirable, almost coat hanger structure in your shoulders. This focused development is paramount for stretching the tape measure across your upper torso. To execute this movement with impeccable form, begin by standing with your feet positioned shoulder width apart, holding a dumbbell in each hand at your sides, palms facing your body. It's vital to maintain a slight, soft bend in your elbows around 10 to 15 degrees, and this angle should remain consistent throughout the entire range of motion. This subtle bend is crucial because fully extending your arms can place undue stress and tension on the elbow joint, risking injury. As you initiate the movement, smoothly raise your arms out to your sides, moving laterally until they are approximately parallel to the floor. A common pitfall to avoid is lifting the dumbbells far above shoulder level. Doing so often shifts the tension away from the lateral deltoids and onto the upper trapezius muscles, diminishing the exercise's effectiveness for shoulder width. Another critical detail during the lift is to introduce a slight rotation of your wrists, as if you were gently pouring water from a pitcher or bottle. This subtle pronation at the peak of the movement can help to better position the lateral deltoid to receive maximum tension and activation. Many individuals, in an attempt to lift heavier weights, unfortunately resort to using body momentum, swinging their torso, or using their hips to generate thrust. This dramatically reduces the exercise's efficacy by taking the focus off the target muscles. Instead, prioritize using a weight that allows you to maintain complete control and perfect technique throughout every repetition. If dumbbell lateral raises aren't your favorite, or if you're looking to introduce more variety into your routine, the cable lateral raise offers an excellent alternative. The distinct advantage of the cable version is the constant tension it provides throughout the entire movement. Unlike dumbbells, where gravity can lessen the resistance at the top of the lift, cables maintain consistent resistance, challenging the muscle through its full contraction. For optimal results and significant shoulder development, I recommend performing 4 sets of 12 to 15 repetitions. Select a weight that makes those final repetitions genuinely challenging, but never at the expense of proper form. Allow for a rest period of 60 to 90 seconds between sets to ensure adequate recovery. Exercise 2, dumbbell shoulder press, adding mass and power. The dumbbell shoulder press is a cornerstone compound exercise for anyone serious about building more voluminous, powerful, and well-rounded shoulders. Unlike its barbell counterpart, which locks the hands into a fixed position, dumbbells offer a more natural path of movement, allowing for a subtle rotation of the wrists as you press. This freedom not only reduces stress on the shoulder and elbow joints, but also permits a greater range of motion, leading to a more complete recruitment of muscle fibers and consequently a greater potential for growth. This exercise significantly contributes to the V-shaped physique because it holistically develops all portions of the deltoid: anterior, front, lateral, side, and posterior, rear, with a particular emphasis on the anterior deltoids, which add crucial fullness and power to the shoulder complex. Well-developed shoulders, in their entirety, create a powerful visual illusion, making the torso appear wider and the waist comparatively narrower. Precisely the effect we are striving for with the V-shape. To execute the dumbbell shoulder press correctly, begin by seating yourself on a bench, preferably one with a vertical or slightly reclined backrest. This setup offers superior stability and significantly reduces the temptation or likelihood of arching the lower back, a common mistake that can lead to injury. Hold a dumbbell in each hand at shoulder height with your palms facing forward. This initial positioning is critical. Many lifters err by positioning the dumbbells too far in front of their body, which places excessive and unbalanced tension on the anterior deltoids and diminishes the involvement of the middle deltoids, the very muscles we want to emphasize for that broad V-taper look. When initiating the movement, press the dumbbells upward in a controlled straight line, as if you were attempting to push the ceiling away. It is absolutely essential that the dumbbells ascend in front of your head, not behind it. Taking the weights behind the head dramatically increases the risk of injury to the delicate structures of the shoulder joint and the cervical spine. At the apex of the movement, the dumbbells should be close to touching, with your arms almost completely extended, but crucially, without locking out the elbows, which maintains tension on the muscles and protects the joints. Control the descent phase meticulously, bringing the dumbbells back to the starting position over approximately 2 seconds. Another common mistake is the use of leg drive or excessive back arching to lift heavier weights. This not only detracts tension from the shoulders, but also significantly elevates the risk of injuries. Furthermore, maintaining a tight, engaged core throughout the entire exercise is paramount, as this protects the lumbar spine and enhances overall stability and force transfer. For optimal results from this powerful shoulder builder, I recommend performing 3 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions. Given that this exercise recruits multiple muscle groups and demands considerable energy, allow for a rest period of 90 to 120 seconds between sets. Strategically position this exercise at the beginning of your shoulder workout, when you are freshest and capable of applying maximum intensity and focus. Exercise 1. Pull-ups, the king of back width. Now, before the immediate thought, but I can't even do a single pull-up, derails your motivation, please don't worry. I'm about to unveil 2 highly effective alternatives that will empower you to progressively build the necessary strength until you can conquer this phenomenal movement. For now, let's delve into the immense importance of the pull-up. It is, without a shadow of a doubt, one of the most effective exercises ever conceived for developing a wide, powerful, and impressively sculpted back, an absolutely essential component of the V-shaped physique. This incredible compound movement simultaneously engages a multitude of back muscles, placing a special emphasis on the latissimus dorsi, the lats. These are precisely the muscles responsible for creating that sought-after wingspan or V-tapered appearance in your back when well developed. Beyond just building the lats, pull-ups also contribute significantly to the V-shaped physique by strengthening the mid-back muscles, including the lower trapezius and rhomboids. This comprehensive development creates an appearance of a dense, voluminous back that makes the entire torso look like a true imposing V-shape, especially when viewed from behind. For those who are currently unable to perform unassisted pull-ups, the first excellent option is to utilize resistance bands. Securely attach a band to the pull-up bar and place either your knee or your foot into the lower loop of the band. The band will provide assistance, particularly during the most challenging bottom portion of the movement, making the exercise more manageable. As you gain strength, you can progressively transition to bands with less resistance, gradually working your way towards completely eliminating this assistance. The second invaluable alternative is the assisted pull-up machine, which is a common fixture in many gyms. This machine allows you to select a specific amount of counterweight, effectively reducing your body weight and making the movement easier to perform. Start with an assistance level that allows you to comfortably complete 8 to 10 repetitions with good controlled technique, and then gradually reduce the assistance as your strength continues to increase. Now, for executing the traditional pull-up, begin by gripping the bar with your hands, palms facing forward, a pronated grip, and position your hands slightly wider than shoulder width apart. This wider grip is generally considered optimal for maximizing the recruitment and work of the latissimus dorsi. Initiate the movement from a dead hang with your arms completely extended and create a slight depression of your shoulders, pulling them down and back before you even start the pull. When initiating the pull, imagine that you are trying to bring your shoulder blades together and forcefully drive your elbows down towards the ground, rather than just thinking about pulling your chin up. This mental cue dramatically improves latissimus dorsi recruitment and engagement. Continue pulling until your chin clears the bar, or ideally until the bar touches your upper chest for a full range of motion. Control the descent phase meticulously, taking approximately 2 to 3 seconds to lower yourself, actively resisting gravity. This eccentric, lowering phase is crucial for muscle growth and strength development. A common mistake is excessively relying on the biceps during the movement, which reduces the stimulus to the back muscles. Focus intently on initiating the movement by pulling with your back, keeping the biceps as secondary movers. Another frequent error is swinging the body to generate momentum. This significantly diminishes the exercise's effectiveness. If you're still using assistance, aim for 3 to 4 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions. If you can already execute pull-ups with your body weight, then 3 to 4 sets of 6 to 8 well-executed repetitions will provide an excellent stimulus for growth. Given the demanding nature of this exercise, allow for a rest period of 2 to 3 minutes between sets to ensure adequate recovery and maintain performance quality. Exercise 2, bent over row, forging back thickness and density. The bent over row is undeniably one of the most complete and profoundly effective exercises for developing a back that is not only wide, but also impressively dense and powerful. Unlike the pull-up, which primarily works the back muscles through a vertical pulling motion, the bent over row introduces a horizontal pull. This difference is crucial because it ensures a more comprehensive, three-dimensional development of the entire back musculature. This powerhouse exercise targets virtually all the posterior muscles of the torso, with a significant emphasis on the latissimus dorsi, the middle and lower trapezius, the rhomboids, and even the spinal erectors, which contribute to core stability and posture. The synergistic action of these muscle groups being worked simultaneously makes the bent over row a true compound exercise, which in turn can maximize the release of anabolic hormones like testosterone and growth hormone, accelerating overall muscle development. Another critical point to highlight is that the bent over row expertly develops both the thickness and the width of the back concurrently. While the latissimus dorsi are stretched and worked to gain width, contributing to the V-taper, The muscles of the mid-back, such as the traps and rhomboids, are powerfully engaged to build density and thickness. This dual action creates that impressive three-dimensional appearance that makes the back look formidable and wider from every angle, whether viewed from the front, side, or rear. To execute the bent-over row correctly, begin by standing with your feet approximately shoulder width apart, holding a barbell with a pronated grip, palms facing down. Your hands should be positioned slightly wider than your shoulder width. Maintain a slight bend in your knees throughout the movement. This helps to protect the lower back and provides a stable base. From this starting position, hinge at your hips and incline your torso forward until it is almost parallel to the floor. This initial posture is crucial. A common mistake is not inclining the torso enough, which significantly reduces the range of motion and the effective recruitment of the target back muscles. Before initiating the pull, actively retract your shoulder blades. Imagine you are trying to squeeze a pen between them. This pre-tensioning of the scapulae is fundamental to maximizing the involvement of your back muscles right from the beginning of the movement. Now, pull the barbell purposefully towards your lower chest or upper abdominal region. During this pulling phase, concentrate on using your back muscles to move the weight, not just your arms. Envision your arms as mere hooks, with the powerful muscles of your back doing the actual work of drawing the weight upwards. Control the descent of the barbell just as meticulously, taking approximately 2 to 3 seconds to lower it back to the starting position, actively resisting gravity. A prevalent error in the bent-over row is the excessive use of body momentum, or heaving, to move the weight. This transforms the exercise into a momentum-driven pull, drastically reducing the stimulus to the back muscles and increasing the risk of injury. Another frequent mistake is allowing the lower back to round during the exercise, which places dangerous stress on the lumbar spine. Always strive to maintain the spine in a neutral position, with a slight natural arch in the lower back throughout the entire set. For optimal results and substantial back growth, I recommend performing 3 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions, resting for 90 to 120 seconds between sets to allow for adequate recovery. A valuable tip to enhance your training is to occasionally vary the type of grip you use for the bent-over row. A supinated grip, palms facing up, tends to emphasize the lower part of the latissimus dorsi and involves the biceps more significantly, while a neutral grip, palms facing each other, typically done with dumbbells, can reduce stress on the wrists and may be more comfortable for individuals with certain joint limitations. No matter how impressively broad your shoulders become or how wide your back expands, the visual impact of your V-taper will be dramatically amplified by a defined, narrower waist. It's this crucial contrast between a wide upper body and a trim midsection that truly carves out that coveted V silhouette, making it pop with aesthetic appeal. Reducing your waist circumference isn't just about looking good, it's about creating that striking visual dynamic. Here are 5 fundamental strategies grounded in sound nutritional and training principles to help you effectively reduce localized fat in the abdominal region and chisel that waistline. Strategy 1. Prioritize quality fats, master portion control. Contrary to outdated beliefs, consuming healthy fats doesn't inherently make you fat. In fact, they are essential for hormone production and overall health. However, meticulous portion control is absolutely essential because fats are calorically dense, containing 9 calories per gram, more than double the caloric content of proteins and carbohydrates. Your focus should be on incorporating high-quality, unsaturated fats, such as those found in avocados, olive oil, nuts, seeds, and fatty fish like salmon. Simultaneously, it's crucial to limit saturated fats found in red meat and full-fat dairy and completely eliminate detrimental trans fats, often lurking in processed baked goods and fried foods. This strategic shift in fat intake helps to regulate key hormones like testosterone and insulin, both of which play fundamental roles in abdominal fat metabolism and storage. A practical guideline is to aim for healthy fats to constitute approximately 20% to 30% of your total daily caloric intake, always prioritizing those quality sources that support your hormonal system, aid in nutrient absorption, and promote cardiovascular health. Strategy 2. Embrace slow-burning carbohydrates for stable energy. The type of carbohydrates you consume has a profound impact on fat storage, particularly around the abdominal region. Refined carbohydrates such as white bread, white pasta, sugary cereals, and sweets cause rapid spikes in blood sugar and consequently insulin. These insulin surges signal your body to store excess energy as fat, often preferentially in the abdominal area. To counteract this, you must replace these fast-digesting carbs with complex, slow-burning carbohydrates that possess a low glycemic index. Excellent choices include sweet potatoes, brown rice, quinoa, oatmeal, lentils, beans, and a wide array of vegetables. These foods release energy gradually into your bloodstream, maintaining stable insulin levels and promoting satiety. This not only minimizes abdominal fat storage, but also provides sustained energy crucial for powering through intense workouts, which are essential for building the muscle mass required for that V-shaped physique. A smart tactical approach is to position the majority of your carbohydrate intake around your workouts, consuming them before training to fuel performance and after training to replenish glycogen stores and support recovery, times when your body is most primed to utilize this fuel efficiently. Strategy 3. Eliminate processed foods, the enemies of a lean midsection. Processed foods are often laden with a cocktail of artificial additives, preservatives, unhealthy fats, refined sugars, and excessive sodium. Ingredients that can wreak havoc on your metabolism and promote chronic inflammation throughout the body. This persistent low-grade inflammation is directly linked to the accumulation of visceral fat, the dangerous type of fat that concentrates around your internal organs and significantly increases waist circumference. Furthermore, these foods typically combine refined sugars and unhealthy fats in highly palatable ways, creating a perfect storm for overconsumption and weight gain, particularly in the abdominal region. To truly sculpt a lean waist, you must make a conscious effort to prioritize whole, fresh, and minimally processed foods. Think fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains, foods with recognizable ingredients. A simple yet effective rule of thumb. If your great-grandfather wouldn't recognize it as food, it probably shouldn't be a staple on your plate. Strategy 4. Strategically increase cardiovascular training, your fat-burning ally. Cardiovascular training is an undeniably powerful tool for reducing overall body fat, which in turn will lead to a reduction in abdominal fat. For maximum fat-burning efficacy, consider combining different types of cardio. High-intensity interval training, HEAT, for example, which involves short bursts of intense effort followed by brief recovery periods, is exceptionally effective at accelerating your metabolism for an extended period, even up to 48 hours after the workout, through an effect known as EPOC, excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. This means you continue to burn more calories even at rest. Complementing HEAT with longer sessions of moderate intensity, steady-state cardio can also be beneficial. Some individuals find that performing steady-state cardio in a fasted state, perhaps first thing in the morning, can preferentially target fat stores for fuel, though the overall caloric deficit remains the most critical factor. Aim to incorporate 2 to 3 HEAT sessions of 20 to 30 minutes per week, alternated with 2 to 3 sessions of 30 to 45 minutes of moderate intensity cardio. This balanced combination helps to maximize fat burning without overly compromising the muscle recovery and growth needed to develop the shoulders and back essential for your V-shaped physique. Strategy 5. Maintain optimal hydration levels, the unsung metabolic hero. Water plays a far more crucial role in fat metabolism and overall body composition than many people realize. When you are even mildly dehydrated, your body's metabolic rate can slow down as it attempts to conserve energy. Furthermore, dehydration is frequently misconstrued by the body as hunger, often leading to unnecessary snacking and excess calorie consumption. Adequately hydrating is also vital because water directly assists in the biochemical process of fat breakdown, known as lipolysis, and it helps the body efficiently eliminate metabolic waste products and toxins that can hinder fat loss. To maximize these benefits, aim to consume at least 0.5 to 1 ounce of water per pound of body weight daily, e.g. if you weigh 180 libs, aim for 90 to 180 full Oz, or roughly 2.6 to 5.3 liters. You'll need to increase this amount on days of intense training, especially in hot or humid conditions. Another practical and effective tip is to drink a large glass of water, 16-20 Oz, about 20 to 30 minutes before each main meal. This simple habit can naturally help to reduce appetite, promote feelings of fullness, and prevent excessive calorie consumption during the meal itself, further supporting your waist slimming efforts. To truly complete the meticulous construction of your perfect V-shaped physique, it's not enough to simply reduce fat in the abdominal region. We must also dedicate effort to strengthening the entire core musculature. When it comes to developing a core that is not only strong and functional, but also aesthetically impressive, few exercises can rival the sheer effectiveness and comprehensive engagement of the plank. The plank is an isometric exercise, meaning it involves a static contraction where the muscles are engaged without changing length. This simple yet powerful movement simultaneously works practically all the muscles of your core, including the rectus abdominis, the six-pack muscles, the obliques, side abs, the transverse abdominis, the deep corset-like muscle crucial for stability, and even muscles of the lower back and hips. Unlike dynamic exercises such as crunches, which primarily isolate the rectus abdominis through a range of motion, the plank strengthens the entire core structure in a functional, stabilizing position. This comprehensive strengthening not only improves the appearance of your midsection, but also enhances the stability and strength necessary to perform other compound exercises safely and effectively, further contributing to your overall physique development. To correctly execute the basic front plank, begin by lying face down on an exercise mat or the floor. Position your forearms on the ground with your elbows placed directly beneath your shoulders, and ensure your forearms are parallel to each other. Your fingers can be extended straight forward, or you can close your hands into fists. Choose whichever position feels most comfortable and stable for your wrists. Next, lift your entire body off the floor, supporting your weight only on your forearms and the tips of your toes, forming a perfectly straight line from your head down to your heels. Herein lies the crucial point that many individuals get wrong: maintaining a neutral spine. Your spine should retain its natural, gentle curvatures without excessively arching the lower back upwards or allowing the hips to sag downwards towards the floor.